Hello everybody. Today I'm doing a lens review of my own personal opinion, my thoughts, my ideas about the Yongnuo 85mm f1.8 lens. I bought one about 3 weeks ago or so, and I ordered it through Amazon. But just to give you a little information is one of my family members, they been hinting around for me to do a wedding photography for them. And you know, because they see me do a lot of wildlife, nature, stuff like that. Well, shooting people is a different type of photography that I'm used to. You know, people, when you shoot at them, they're like, oh my god, weird. You know, as soon as you go up and you're like, hello, they're like, oh, everybody starts getting weird. You know, I don't know what that's about, but people, they get kind of offended when you stick a camera towards them. But I needed an 85mm for that purpose because it has a very good bokeh behind them. And so I did research before I bought the Yongnuo lens. I checked the Samyang 85. I checked the Zeiss 85. Checked the Sony 85. Excuse me. And I checked the Sigma. Well, the Yongnuo was rated above a lot of those lenses on some website I was doing research on. And so $376, I was like, okay, let's buy it and start working on it, get, you know, familiar with taking people photos. So I realized with the 85 I'm at a decent range where I can still get a nice landscape and I can also get people, but depends on how far away they are. I might get a pretty good shot and with the detail of a person, or I might get the bokeh behind them depending on what I'm actually shooting. As you see by the pictures of the dogs and the cats, you know, I'm shooting wide open with that. I think I was using automatic ISO at that time because I needed to brighten up the room, so I'm not really sure what it was, but it brightened it up. Then I speeded my shutter speed up to like 600 just because the little movements that cats and dog will make. So the photos turned out great. Then the people, they were just random people. You know, I was shooting them while I'm walking around a rose garden in Portland taking photos. You know, but the reason why I'm making this video is because there's a lot of content creators that recommend buy the Sony G Master or Sony G Master 2, which has an f1.4, you know, so they're making suggestions, but those lenses are very expensive. And if you're not going to use a lens, you have to weigh it out. What's more important, you know? Do I just need a lens that, you know, can do what I needed to do, or do I need to spend all the money and go after these expensive lenses? You know, so, you know, Samyang, they make a pretty good lens too. They were ranked pretty good on that list. Sony was ranked pretty good on that list. You know, the Zeiss lens was ranked pretty good. But if you're looking for a lens that has a value on it, that's not super high, but still will do everything you need it to do, then this Yongnuo can be a very good lens. From, as you see from all these images, they were all taken with that lens at different apertures. Yeah, well, actually most of them were at f1.8. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to go wide open because it's kind of cool. You know, I'm used to shooting in like f8, f5.6, you know, f2.8 when I'm on my macro lens, but I never get a chance to shoot wide open. So it was an interesting thing to see so much bokeh behind my photos, and it was smooth bokeh, you know. So, you know, I mean, it's up to you what you want to get, but you know, as a amateur photographer who's pretty decent as an amateur, I just would like to make a recommendation, you know, that you guys might want to look into maybe researching some stuff about the Yongnuo. I mean, Yongnuo is very good for portraits. It's good for decent photography. So like when you're shooting at a target that's close to you and there's targets behind, that it gives you a perception that the target behind you is much closer. And I realized that, you know, the 85 has a lot of possibilities to it. So if you shoot, go up to f2.8 or something, you can actually give a different holographic feel to what you're shooting at. I mean, it's so much stuff to learn. I mean, like I said, I'm used to doing wildlife, nature, and landscape photography. You know, shooting people and different things. You know, it's making my brain go, phew. And it's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I am so happy that I did buy this 85. You know, these photos, my flower photos, I'm getting such massive bokeh behind them, and it makes my photos stand out. And the first few photos, you know, I wasn't sure how to use it, so I was using the smaller focus element. Now I'm using the wider one when I'm closer, so that it picks up more detail of the sharpness that I want. But the first week I did it, you know, I had the small element on there because I'm used to using my telephoto on birds when I'm using, you know, so that was my mistake. But like I said, you know, if you're taking photos of friends, family, and people, you know, you really might want to try getting 85. I mean, you got to be further back but the images you're going to get, they are amazing. You know, yesterday I was taking photos with my 16 to 35 of my family up in Washington area, and the photos turned out really good because, you know, I'm shooting at f8, and you know, I slow down my shutter speed because it's people, you know, I put my eye trackers on, everything like that. But those photos turned out pretty good, but you could see everything behind them. Well, when I shoot with my Yongnuo, I shoot the same people, just the aperture how much I want it. I might be able to blur out the background so that people don't see so much of the background noise and background issues going on, because you might have somebody back there who photobombs and you can make them blurry. So like I said, this is my own opinion. I'm not getting paid by Yongnuo, I'm not getting paid by Sony, Zeiss, nobody, but I do a lot of photography, and that's the one thing that I do love in this world, that I will say that brings me a lot of comfort and peace, is photography. You know, I started photography when I was 13 years old, and I'm 52 now, so I enjoy photography a lot. As you see by my YouTube page, I used to play a lot of video games, but I get bored with that stuff. I mean, I turn it on every now and then, but it's not something I'm really interested in. You know, wildlife, nature, taking the most beautiful images, that's what makes me happy these days. You know, if I could spend the rest of my life, instead of being a security guard, I would take photos the rest of my life and just enjoy traveling around to different places. But realistically, I just shoot for family, shoot for enjoyment, and shoot because I love what I'm doing. And the Yongnuo lens made me happy, so whenever any family or friends want me to take their photos or the wedding coming up, I'm gonna be so happy because I got a really good lens and I didn't have to spend a ton of money to get it. So Yongnuo, I just want to say thank you very much, and you know, I hope that this video reaches more eyes. And you know, if you like these videos, you know, like and subscribe to my page. You know, I'm gonna post videos more and more as winter comes on, because fall's coming, and there's gonna be a lot of orange beauty out there, and I like to let you guys see what I see. Thank you.